Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life with MightyFan here on my YouTube channel. Hope all's going well for everyone out there. Thanks for tuning in as always. And, like I said, over the weekend when I did my vlog from the Mitchell and Ness store, and then a later vlog coming back from the Mitchell and Ness store on the road, a vehicle vlog, right? I said I'd show these items in the next episode, and that is this. Well, let's get to this one first. This was the hat that came in last week or week before last. I believe it was the week before last. It came in right before I took my trip to Maryland to hang out with my buddy Big Slim. But this is the Lehigh Valley Hoagies hat. This is one of their theme nights. Their food theme nights, which they do every season. I know a lot of minor league clubs will do it for local fare. And obviously being in the Philly area, they usually go with like a Philadelphia themed food because they are the AAA affiliates to the Phillies. So here is the theme they went with this year, the Hoagies, which I'm partial to. And it looks like we have a nice Italian hoagie here on the hat. Nice fillings in there. So you got the primary red all throughout with the white eyelids and squatchy on top. The black under because it is an on-field fitted. 5950. You got the New Era flag, and you have the Jackie Robinson Batterman silhouette, raised Batterman there. Again, it's an on-field fitted. And then, of course, you got your big hoagie right there. Right, big and bold on the front of the hat. And like I said before, my favorite hoagie place is Lee's. Lee's has been my favorite since I was a kid, so it will always be number one to me. I like a good Wawa hoagie. I like hoagies from other places, but Lee's to me is still numero uno, okay? So there is the Lehigh Valley Hoagies hat. I forgot to bring down the wrapping. They had a wrapping on this in the box that looked like a hoagie wrapper. So I thought that was pretty cool, but I did forget to bring that down. But you saw the hat, so there it is. All right, now we go to the brand new MLB Snapback hats from Mitchell and Ness. There it is. There's the bag. And let's get the hats out of here. A little 3-pack of hats. There was a lot in there that I liked. It was hard to just pick the 3, but, I picked 3 of the teams that certainly I have a few hats for already, but but they're teams I like, or one team that isn't here anymore, but I certainly remember from when I was younger. So let's get right into it, right? So now I did hear, I know that there's a lot of hat heads out there who strictly are just about the fitteds, and that's fine. Me, I just kind of go with hats. If I like the hat, I get it. A lot of times, obviously, we all know, right, to go with the jerseys for combo wobble reasons, right? Whether it's a snapback, a fitted, strap back, whatever, Velcro back, what have you, right? If I like the hat and it goes with something, usually I'll pick it up. I have a lot of fitteds, but I also have a decent amount of other stuff too. But I did hear, and I don't work for the company, so don't quote me on it, but I did hear that they'll be doing some MLB fitted hats as well. I think they're going to, the thought was July. By July, those are going to be coming out. So keep an eye out, right, on their Instagram, on their site, social media, obviously this channel too, be notified for when those come out. And based off of these snaps, I'm looking forward to seeing the fitteds too. I think that they're going to do a nice job with them. I thought they did a nice job with these snaps. They're simple. A lot of the designs they had in the store, you have more selection online. So they kind of had more of just your basic, simple kind of designs. Logo on the front, logo on the side. Some of them were single colors. Some had multiple color. Just depended on the team and on the design. The Phillies is what they had most of. They had all the different Phillies styles that they made for snaps. Other teams maybe just had 1 or 2. But, most people use the website anyhow. You can check them out on their website. You can get them there. If you go to the flagship, you can get them from there. I know people liked seeing that green Brooklyn Dodgers hat. I know Nostalgia Boy, had interest. And I forgot he had that jersey too. And happy birthday to him. Today's his birthday. Um, so I'm sure he'll be getting one at some point for Combo Wamba reasons for himself. Um, they're nice. Mitchell Ness made MLB hats many years ago. I have some of them. Um, they were made to go with the jerseys. I mean that was the purpose. Like if you saw, like a lot of them had the jersey front on the front of the hat, the colors, um, went with the product that they were selling. Right. They also had some really cool wool flannel hats back in the day to go with the wool flannel jerseys, and it's been forever since they made them. I don't know if they're going to make them again. Maybe they will. They seem to be kind of moving a little away from the wool flannel, so I don't know if we'll ever see those again. I know that Ebbets Field Flannels has put out a set of them that look really nice, and so if you want to get one, that's probably your source. But Mitchell Ness, like I said, back in the day, they made some really nice hats for MLB. They like I said, a lot of them had that jersey front that has become popular again today. New Era's pumping them out. Different stores and sites are pumping those out. Right. Got a few from Pro Image not that long ago. So it's kind of making a comeback. Right. Everything comes back in circles. Everything always comes back. So I wouldn't be surprised. I know Mitchell Ness made a few with the jersey front on the front of the hats. The Seattle one I had some interest in. They didn't have it in store, so that's one I might have to get online sometime. But and then they put out some, like the ones I got, just your basic, snaps. I thought they were really nice. I get what the issue people have with the brim. For Mitchell Ness is kind of a boxy brim. It's still kind of there, but it is what it is, right? Maybe they'll perfect that over time. But let's get right into the three hats. So the first one, this is the one that I wanted most. This is why I went there specifically to get this one. It's the one I showed you in the vid. So we got the Phillies, the two-tone. I'm just such a sucker for the colorway and that fat P on the front. So we got that one. Tonal eyelids. You got the maroon squatchy. You got your two-tone with the powder blue and your maroon. Big fat P. Looks right like it's on the jersey when they wear the blue jerseys, the old school jerseys. Green under, good green under, so it has that vintage look on the underneath as well. Black gut, which I like. And then you have the Phillies on the side, and then it has the Mitchell Ness on the back with the burgundy, I should say the burgundy snaps. Quality hat. This was probably one of the ones that was the most eye-catching to me out of the set that they had. I also like the others that they had next to this one. So I think, if I remember, they had like a gray hat with the burgundy brim, which goes perfectly if you have that 89 Road Mike Schmidt, which I do. So that might be... I do have a fitted for that, so it's very similar, but I might get that at some other time. The other one was the black, the all black with the fat P on the front with the Phillies 100th from 1983. Patch. And that patch, you've seen a ton. A lot of different people have put that on the sides of hats. I have a decent amount of those. So I wasn't like chomping at the bit. I think I have one that's very similar and fitted for him. So I have to kind of reiterate, go back and see what I already have with that side patch. But a nice job. Nice job by them nonetheless. But as you see, the brim is still kind of short and boxy. But it is what it is. That's just how they... produced them for whatever reason, but it's a solid hat. This, like I said, this was my favorite of all of them. I know I'm a little partial, right? So obviously, but I just thought this was so perfect, for the Phillies jerseys from that time. Then we go with the Montreal Expos. You can never go wrong with an Expos hat. This has got that vintage vibe from the '90s. So the Gary Carter returning to Montreal, the Larry Walker, the Pedro Martinez, Expos teams, Vladimir Guerrero Sr. So this is kind of like their on field, because this is basically the hat style they wore sans for the side patch on field. So that's pretty cool, right? Again, good green under. You got that Expos across the side, which is very cool, which is like that jersey font script. that you would have seen on their batting practice jersey. So if you have a batting practice Expos jersey, this goes perfect with it. I have 2 of them, so it's going to go good with them. Mitchell and Ness again on the back, all tonal, royal blue, all over the hat stands for the bottom. Quality, I think the stitching's pretty good too for these hats. Very nice hat right there. And then finally, Slim's like, I know you did. Yeah. How many Oriole hats do you need? So we got the Orioles. I had to, okay? I had to. So we have the Orioles right there. You've seen this a few times in my collection, right? The Orioles hat right there with the 60th anniversary on the side. And I actually do have a couple fitteds. I believe I have a few fitteds, maybe 1 or 2 with the 60. But I do have Manny Machado, black Orioles jersey with that patch, with that side patch. So this obviously would go perfect with that. I also have an orange one. Like I said, I have some fitteds with this too. But I think this is going to go pretty good, particularly with the black one from back in the day. This one does have the gray under, though. No good green. It does have good gray. Again, the black. Got everything black on this hat besides the under and the logos, obviously, and the Mitchell and Ness logo on the back. So very cool. Nice little trifecta of hats for their new snapback MLB collection. There were others, that caught my eye. In fact, when I went in there after I turned the camera off, I saw one of the workers there I know, and he came over to me with, because I was wearing Devil Rays stuff, he came over with the 2 Devil Rays hats. And I said, those are really nice, but I do have a few that are similar in fitted form. So, but they were nice. One of them I think was like all black with the TB logo with the Ray, and it had the inaugural patch on the side. I have a lot of those hats with that on the side. Wasn't wearing one of those that day, but I have a lot. So that was like, okay, well, if I get that, that might be a down the road. They had some other nice ones there. I was pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed with the selection and with, just the look of them, the feel of them, not fitted, but it works. It works for me. It works for jerseys, so I was happy to get what I got. And I might get some more, down the road. Like I said, that Mariners one with the Seattle across the front I'd like to get. I thought just a standalone regular Mariners hat with the Trident logo on the front looked pretty good. There were some other 2-tones in there that looked pretty good. The Reds had a nice one. There was a really nice assortment, and it's cool. I'm glad that they finally got back into making some MLB hats, snapbacks, and fitteds to come as well. So it only makes sense, right? Because they put out MLB product, and the one thing they weren't putting out for a number of years was hats. And I don't know if it was a new era deal or whatever, but now being under that Fanatics umbrella, I mean, they can do more, right? So this is one of the cool things about them being under that umbrella. They still need to change their website. That still needs to happen because that website's still a mess. But nonetheless, there you saw what I picked up on this past Saturday, and I said I'd share it, so there it is. I also want to do this as well. I'm going to give my thoughts on this new flavor of Mountain Dew because I'm a Dewsman, okay? It's their summer flavor, one of their summer flavors. It's called Summer Freeze. So based off the little characters on the front, it looks like they have those popsicles, right? From back in the day, you have the red, white, and blue. They're not quite the Rocket Pops, but it's the red, white, and blue popsicles. So I'm guessing it has some sort of a flavor like that. And, that's a good summer flavor. I know they're also putting out a couple new Baja Blasts, I believe, 2 different flavors. And there's a flavor I heard coming out in the holiday time, which I'm looking forward to, because it seems like it's going to have like a peppermint flavor to it, like it's candy canes is their thing, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I mean, I like peppermint, so that flavor I'm looking forward to, having around the holiday season. They did this like gingerbread one last year, ginger snapped, which I just wasn't about that one. I wasn't about that. I'm like, but they try, right? But I look forward to this year's holiday flavor, which is candy cane or peppermint. But I haven't tried one of these yet. I've had this for a little bit. And I haven't tried it because I wanted to do it on camera first, right? Do my little first taste of it and give you my little review. So I'm going to open the bottle and give it a little whiff. I'm like a wine connoisseur with these things, right? Right, the movie Sideways, right? Right, the Giovanni character was all about that, and the Thomas Hayden Church character just wanted to drink. So it has like a berry smell to it. It's almost if you're familiar with Voltage, which is the same color, which is like a raspberry flavored one. So it has kind of it almost like smells like it has a little Voltage in it. Like they took the recipe for Voltage and put this in here somewhere. So let's say what they say this is. Do with a blast of summer Americana. All right, so that's all they say. They don't really tell you what it's supposed to be. Like what. A blast of summer Americana. Now Slim already had one. So he he seemed to enjoy it. But like I said, I wanted to wait to get it on camera for me. All right, so let's take the inaugural sip of this, right, of the new Mountain Dew Summer Freeze collection edition. Oh, it's good. It's good. I'm making a face. I'm trying to dissect what would be like. It does have a little Voltage taste to it. So it's almost like the Voltage. I'm sorry, I keep saying Voltage. Live Wire. Voltage is the orange one. Live Wire is the blue one. I got them confused. So it does have a little bit of that Live Wire taste to it. I don't want to say they mixed a little Voltage in it, but it definitely has some Live Wire. I don't taste. I could be wrong. I'm trying to see that aftertaste. I don't really taste like a Code Red. I remember years ago, they mixed 3 Mountain Dews, which were red, white, and blue. So they did Live Wire, they did Code Red, and whatever the white one was. I forgot the name of that one. They basically put the 3 flavors together, and that was their red. I think they called it Red, White, and Dew, if I'm not mistaken. But this one, it does have a little Live Wire to it. Like if you would like drink a Mountain Dew Live Wire, the blue basically, the raspberry, and then this, you would probably say, yeah, it has kind of a similar taste. Like the taste doesn't stand out. As much as some of their other special dews have stood out. Like this one, like I see the popsicles on the front, and I guess maybe a little bit of that. It's not overpowering. Like I said, the best I can equate it to would be more like a pseudo Live Wire, the raspberry flavored Mountain Dew. So they probably have some of that in this. It might just be Live Wire with another label. No, it's not. it tastes a little different than live wire, but it has some of that in there. So they probably have a little bit of raspberry in there. Um, I didn't really taste Code Red, which has its distinct taste. So I don't think there's any like Code Red in there. So they probably just put, they probably used something similar to the recipe for live wire and said, okay, this is it. This is going to be our summer flavor. It's good though. I would get more. I would definitely get more. Like last when I tried that ginger snapped, I said, all right, that just one for me. It's refreshing. It has like a refreshing taste to it, but I don't think it's anything like that makes it kind of stand out. Sometimes they'll make a Mountain Dew flavor that just stands out, like when they do their voodoo, over over Halloween time. When they did Pitch Black, that one stood out. Like that had a very distinct flavor, which I really liked, and I was glad they brought it back for a limited time. But it was good to have it back. But that had a distinct flavor to it, right? When they do the holiday flavor ones, it has a distinct flavor. I think there was another, I think it was Shark Bite or something like that, or whatever it was that they came out with a few summers ago. And there's a little of that in this too, if I remember. It's been a few years since I had one of those, but no, it's good. Like I said, I would get it again. It's a decent, it has a decent little summer uh, flavor, I guess, to it, but I don't think it's anything that just stands out. It doesn't. It's good. Like I said, I would get it again, but it's not something like some of their other flavors from other holidays and such. That I mean this is completely something different. Like I said, it had some live wire to it. So, if you have those two together, there's a little difference with this, but I don't think it's that greatly different. Um, I'm hoping I said that right. I'm trying to remember. I actually have one in the fridge. I'm pretty sure that live wire was the I always confuse that and voltage because they have an orange version, and I believe that's voltage, and live wire is the raspberry one. Yeah, over time, things start to you start to forget. But no, I liked it. I liked it. I would recommend it if you like Mountain Dew. I'm sure you probably already had it already, but I would recommend it. But I wouldn't like say it's a completely different Mountain Dew than. I don't think it's something that just stands out above the others. Like Code Red stands out. Like when you have that stands out, right? Um, Even the orange one, the voltage that definitely stands out. And I mean, Livewire did too when it first came out. It definitely it was different. Baja Blast. That's yeah. I mean, you have a Baja Blast, which I can only get with Taco Bell, but you have a Baja Blast that stands out. Like that is a flavor all by itself, right? So I'll have to see if I can find any of those new Baja Blasts this year. I know sometimes those aren't like always everywhere. They're like in select spots, but I know there's like two different flavors of those coming out this year, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe when we get deeper into the actual summer months, those will start appearing more. And like I said, in the holiday season, the peppermint flavor, the candy cane, that one I'm looking forward to. And then Voodoo, again for the Halloween time. I know one year they had two versions of it, and they didn't tell you what it was. They just said it was a secret, but one of them had like a candy cane or candy cane. I'm sorry, yeah, candy corn flavor to it, and the other one was like another whatever the flavor was. So that was kind of cool when they did that year. They haven't done that since, but yeah, that's like the mystery flavor. But that usually comes out in the fall, right? Ready for Halloween. Yeah, I know too much about Mountain Dew at times, but no. I guess aside from that, I'm Still waiting on my on the Mariners City Connect. I think I'm getting those tomorrow in the mail, so I'm looking forward to getting that. Um, Double Z just sent out the Bill Lambier Mitchell Ness the road blue one, so I'll be able to finish off the Bad Boys collection, which is cool. From back in those Pistons teams from the '90s. Um, yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff out there, obviously, but you can only move on things when you can, right? So one of my projects I did start doing, I got another Z bottom rack, and I would always recommend those if you have a large collection. Even if you don't, it's good to invest in them because you can put a lot on there. They carry a decent amount of weight on them, and they're just they do take up some space, but it's worth it to be able to put your jerseys on. And at some point, I guess maybe this weekend I'll do a vid showing you what I did. So I moved some of my football collection down here to the man cave, and I was able to get on the rack that I opened up some of the hockey jerseys on there, and some overflow of baseball, like non-Mitchell Ness jerseys, and I was able to do that. And I want to get one more, well, two more, but at least for now, one more Z bottom, so I can get the rest of my Mitchell Ness football jerseys down here and open up the back rack, which they're on right now, for more hockey. Maybe even move as even more hockey onto that rack, and then the other rack that's in front will be more for overflow for baseball. A lot of non-Mitchell Ness stuff, and even Mitchell Ness at some point probably. the more I get of Mitchell Ness baseball, I'm going to need that extra space. So that's at least the plan. It's coming along, slowly but surely. It's coming along. I also want to get more bins for the hats, and keep making that hat wall, keep making that happen. But it's going to take time. That's something that's going to take time. I get those bins from Target. People swear by the top front, shoe boxes, which is great. A lot of people, they're stackable. You see them in the background, a lot of the hat heads, right, videos. But I like the ones from Target because they're kind of shelf wise. You can pull them out. They come 3 high. They're a little cheaper. And they're stackable, and they're just the ones that I like to use. Everyone does things the way they want, right? So I have to get some more of those, though. And I have to really, it's all real helter-skelter up there. And my goal is to get the hats in them, but alphabetized by team. So the A's, the B's, the C's, and kind of do it that way. So I know where to find the hats, I think that would be the best way of doing it. There's some sets, though, I might keep together, like the 1994 side patch, the MLB 125s. I'll probably keep those together in one drawer, or one of those bin drawers. But the others, basically all Atlanta Braves jerseys, all Arizona Diamondbacks, all Baltimore. I'm going to need a few drawers for the Orioles hats. Baltimore Orioles hats. And so forth and so on, Chicago Cubs, and so forth and so on, and just kind of do it that way. And I think that would be easier for me to find when I need to grab a good hat to go with whatever team I'm wearing at that particular time. So that's in the making. It's going to take some time, so we'll get it done though. Outside of that, collecting wise, I told you a couple things coming in. When I get the stuff in, I'll share with you, the viewer. Do another pickup vid. That's about it. Like I said, there's been some good stuff out there. Just kind of biding my time, just waiting. Get them when I can, right? And when I do get stuff in, you'll see them here on this channel. So what do you always got to do? I think I'll leave it at that right now. We went about a half hour. Shared some stuff. I did my review for Mountain Dew Summer Freeze, and a little chopping it up a bit, but talked about a couple of projects in the works for storage, And, we'll dive more into that once stuff gets a little more completed, or maybe in the process of, at some point, we'll see. But at any rate, that is going to do it for me. 30 minutes of fun here on my YouTube channel. Thank you all for the support as always. You always leave those likes. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and ring the bell icon so that you're notified to all future content from yours truly, of which, I have some other things in mind that I want to do. Probably do some more vlogging in stores. I know the music sometimes can, for the copyright claim, there's really, like I always said, this is a bare bone channel. I don't have special equipment. I don't have a boom mic that I can drown out the music. I've tried to overlay other music and I still got hit with the copyright over time. I'm just going to keep it as is. Hopefully YouTube doesn't shut me down. I don't want that. But I would like to do, vlogging from time to time in malls and stores. I kind of want to do like a Ross vlog from time to time, when I go there. Seeing what's new there, right? It's another source where you can kind of find stuff a little cheaper too. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll just vlog and I'll overlay some track after that of myself. I'll talk over it or whatever, film it that way. We'll see. But the thing I like about vlogging, like when I was at KOP or Mitchell and Ness, I like that. I like the instant reaction, right? Like, oh, this is, what am I thinking at the time? You go back and film and then go back and do the voiceover afterwards. It kind of loses a little, right? Because it's not that instant reaction. And that's one of the things I like about the vlogging. Even though I'm a bit self-conscious about it, but one of the things I do enjoy about it is to have that instant reaction. Like I did when I went to Against All Odds, right? I was able to give you some instant reaction. Oh, they have these hats here. Oh my, I didn't know they had fitted hats. and show a few, right? And I like that. But obviously there's music playing, and then you get the copyright, and it's like a no-win situation at times. But it is what it is. I'm still going to vlog from time to time because I had fun doing it, and I know people enjoy it when I do, so we're going to continue that. And like I said, I'm not monetized by YouTube. I'm not going to be. It's just not something I really want to do. So, hopefully that's not an issue with the powers that be at YouTube. It's a bare bone channel. That's what it is, and that's what I think I want to keep it at. So, it is what it is. Anyhow, that's enough chit chat for now. I saw someone tried to call me. I'm going to call him back, my buddy there, TJ Fan. So I will end the vid right now. But thank you all for joining in with me here, and I will see you again soon. All right, everyone.